Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my bookish world. I'm Alex, and today I am here to do my ridiculously long July TBR. So the day that I'm filming this is June 23rd, and currently I'm in the middle of my third book of the month. I'm still hoping to get through 2. So this video is being filmed on the basis that I'm going to get through these next 3 books. But anyway, I had a pretty long June TBR, for whatever reason, expecting that this month I would get a lot of reading done. But of course, I started off the month with the biggest book on my TBR. And then I started a program that is intensive, it's exhausting, and took so much out of me that literally all I wanted to do the first 3 days is flop into bed as soon as possible. So that's why we're here. And now I think I'm crazy, and there's no way I'm going to finish all of these books this month, because even though I'm going to be back to my job where I basically just read for 4.5 hours each day, I'm also going to be doing job interviews, hopefully, and applying for jobs. So again, I am not going to finish all these books. Am I going to try? Hell yeah. So let's get into it, because like I said, I have a lot of books to talk about. So the first book that I have is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is their most recent book, sorry. Let me check on the pronouns. I think she uses she, they pronouns. Anyway, Casey McQuiston, this book basically follows a girl named August who recently moved to New York City and is trying to have this cinematic love story, but just isn't. And then she sees this girl named Jane on the subway, and she sees her every day, but it turns out that Jane is from the 1970s, and there's some sort of time loop thingy. So it's female romance. I've heard there's a lot of really great representation. If it's anything like Red, White, and Royal Blue, or I guess not anything like Red, White, and Royal Blue because different plots, but anyway, I'm sure I'm going to adore it. So I'm very excited to get to this when I do. And then I have Darling by Kay Ancrum, which I believe comes out at the very end of June. So I'm not sure why I thought I was going to get to it last month, but that's besides the point. So Darling is a Peter Pan retelling by Kay Ancrum, and it's apparently pretty dark. It's the first book that I will have read by Kay Ancrum, so I'm excited to get to it. The next book is So You Want to Talk About Race by, can't remember the author. I'll probably be reading this at some point throughout the month, but this book is basically about racism. And I'm not excited to read it, but like, I want to read it as I'm continuing my education on racism and doing better to be a better ally. I'm gonna have to call my friend back. I am sorry to him. Sorry if you just saw my finger there. And the next book that I have is Grace and Glory by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is the 3rd book in the Harbinger series, which is a spinoff of her Dark Element series, so I'm not going to get into too many details because there's a lot, but I'm really excited. She's also a little thick. She doesn't look thick, but she is just over 500 pages, so yeah. But hopefully I will race through it as I usually do with JLA books. And then the next book that I have on here is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is her most recent release. And this takes place in 1983 in Malibu, duh. And basically it follows the infamous Riva family, and it follows a weekend or a night where everything goes wrong. So I'm really excited. I've already heard some pretty good reviews, but I'm really excited to get to it. And then I have Kate in Waiting, which has been on my TBR not once, not twice, not 3 times, but this is the 4th time. So hopefully I can actually get to it. I'll probably read it as an ebook. For some reason, that just makes sense in my head. But yeah, this is, I believe, I don't know what this is about. I know it has to do with theater, and it's a coming of age story that's set in high school. And I know it's by Becky Albertalli, so that's about it. And then I have Blackout, which is by a bunch of authors that I can't always remember the name of. But Angie Thomas, Danielle Clayton, Nick Stone, Ashley Woodfolk. There's like a few more that I cannot think of. But basically 6 female Black authors. Some that I've read and some that I haven't, and I'm very excited to get to it. This basically follows a blackout in New York City, and I believe there's romance, there's drama, and I'm super excited. It just came out on June 22nd. It's on the way, and I'm really excited to read it. And then I have This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron, who is the author of Cinderella is Dead. I also don't know much about this, but I really loved Cinderella is Dead, so obviously I'm going to read anything that Kaylin Barron puts out. I know this is the first book in a duology. That's about it. And then I have Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson, which is what is this? This is by the author of You Should See Me in a Crown, and from what I know, is very different from You Should See Me in a Crown. It's a little bit darker, but it's still a queer love story, but it has to do with a music festival, and I believe there's a female-female romance. So super excited for that. And then, I promise I'm getting towards the end. Also, I'm rushing through this because I really need to go shower, because I really need to go to bed, because I have to be up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm not getting enough sleep. Yay. And then I have After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know what this is about. So, it says, when Lauren and Ryan's marriage reaches the breaking point, they come up with an unconventional plan. They decide to take a year off in the hope of finding a way to fall in love again. 1 year apart and only one rule: they cannot contact each other. Aside from that, anything goes. So that sounds really interesting. Taylor Jenkins Reid, even like her contemporary novels, just, they're always so interesting and so like out of the box, and I'm really excited for this. And then I have Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about Elsie Porter, who is an average 20-something, and yet what happens to her is anything but ordinary. On a rainy New Year's Day, she heads out to pick up pizza for one. She isn't expecting to see anyone else in the shop, much less the adorable and charming Ben Ross. Oh, wow. Okay, so this sounds like it's going to be really emotional, but I'm really excited to get into this. Yeah, I'm really excited. This sounds like it's going to be really emotional, and again, I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I need to get caught up on her novels, so yeah. And then I have The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren, which I believe has to do with like an HGTV couple, but I don't think it's a romance between them. I think it's a romance between like the producers or something like that, or like maybe the managers or assistants, I don't know. But I'm excited. I haven't heard like amazing things, but then again, I feel like I haven't heard amazing things about any of Christina Lauren's most recent work, and they have been some of my favorites, so yeah. And then I have When You Were Everything by Ashley Woodfolk, and all I know about this, because again, I don't know much, is that it has to do with a friendship breakup, which intrigues me. So I will be reading this hopefully soon. Hopefully. And then 2 more books, I promise. I have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the first book in the Brown Sisters trilogy. It's an adult romance. I know it follows Chloe Brown, who is trying to figure out her life. And she comes close to having a near-death experience, and she decides that she wants to get her life together, and it's a romance between her and a dude. So I'm really excited. So I'm really excited for this. And the last book, I know, it's been a lot. is Dial A for Aunties. I can't remember the name of the author, which is really irritating me. But recently I've heard a lot of really good things about it. It sounds super cute. And like somebody in my program said that they absolutely adored it. So I'm really excited to get to that as well. And yeah, that's it. I don't even want to count how many books that is because I know it's totally impossible. But like, I read 12 books in January and April. So like, maybe not, probably not, since I'm going to be doing a lot of job applications. Maybe in August when I'm unemployed. Who knows? I guess we'll see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow all my social media down below. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.